Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I don't want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold a record with pay-per-view.
My drop, I know my drop, I know my situation. I want to fight.
Production.
But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a very, very early, immediate reaction show. And listen, this Kell Brook, Earl Spence fight and buildup has me so excited. I could not wait around for a single co-host. I couldn't get anybody on the bat phone, and I decided, hey, we got to come out and discuss this. We need to talk about what took place. The press conference got a little hostile, got a little lively. The crowd definitely got rowdy. I mean, man down was definitely being shouted. Chocolate brownies, special delivery is what Kell Brook is calling for. I mean, it really has me hyped, to be honest with you. Totally excited for this one. The trainers, man, Dominic Ingle, phenomenal speaker. Phenomenal speaker. I mean, Derrick James made a point in the press conference about the fact that I believe it's Leon Spinks when he fought Ali didn't have a lot of fights. He didn't have a resume to speak of. And Ingle, oh man, the way that he kind of evaded that and flipped it around and made it kind of funny, but at the same time, definitely taking shots at Derrick James. He was even poking fun at James like, hey, I see you've been training. I know you're in shape. I know you want to kick my ass, but I've been working on running. So it's just amazing, man. It was a really good build-up. The face-off was intense. The fans, I mean, they got a little rowdy in there for sure. The Brook fans were telling Earl Spence to take off the hat and, take off his shoes. I mean, they was just screaming about just about everything. We had a UK correspondent on hand, and he feels that a lot of Khan fans are backing Earl Spence in this one. It could be because Khan lent Earl the gym, and that was enough for his fandom to, I guess, get behind Earl just based off of Khan's generosity. So much. It could be really so much. But what we have to know, what we have to at least take note of is that, listen, man, he went out there and he's got some fans. Yesterday was the media workout, and there were plenty of people shouting man down. And credit to Earl. As soon as they did shout man down, he went over there and definitely gave him an autograph or something. But I'm really liking Special K in this one, man. Special K is looking more and sounding more and more confident every time out. When Adam Smith asked him, what can we expect on Saturday? He says, chocolate brownie, special delivery, Eddie, I'm ready. It's just his confidence, man. You have to jump on the bandwagon when it comes to both of these guys and how much they believe in themselves. It's really sold this fight. I mean, Showtime, Steven Espinoza, the head of sports over there, he's at the UK. He was at the press conference just speaking about how big this particular fight was and or is, and their investment But Kell Brook's been here before. You know, Sean Porter, who's still proven to be one of the top welterweights. We were talking about him yesterday. You can check that out on our most recent podcast. He came up short versus Brook, the special one. You know, now that tape is out there, though. There's a blueprint. You can see what mistakes were made. But so much. I mean, David Codwell stating that, you know, Brook might be like Roy Jones. When Roy Jones went up and gained 25 pounds of muscle, then had to come back down and strip away that muscle, would he be really able to let loose and let those chocolate brownies mean something? You know, are they going to have enough sugar in it if he's not feeling himself? I mean, a lot of questions, but they will be answered Saturday. I can't believe that the fight is only about 2 days away. Definitely excited for this one, man. I wish I could have been out there. It looks great. You're looking at all the video that our correspondent, Dove Joel, is sending us, and I mean, the weather looks good. Everybody's in shorts. Well, obviously, that was yesterday. Today's final press conference, you know, they were more in sweats and stuff like that. But I was surprised at the amount of Earl Spence fans. I don't know if he brought them. I don't know if they are, you know, from the UK, but the man down cheers were overwhelming for sure. There was a lot of hostility, though, between the two camps, man. I'm telling you, Brook's camp definitely had questions. In the crowd too. It's mostly the crowd, so I can only say Brook fans, I guess, or Brook supporters were throwing out so many questions, and during the press conference, you know, one or two of them definitely seemed to have gotten under Derrick James's skin, and you know, again, Ingle was very good at getting under Derrick James' skin. Shit, man. I mean, you know, Derrick James asked him, how many fights have you had, right? So he says, everybody knows I'm not a fighter. I'm a talker. I talk way better than I can fight. And he had the crowd on his side because he played up to that. You know, he's not trying to fight the trainer. The fighters will do the fighting, and the talking is done. Earl said that before the face-off, you know, and the face-off was extended. I'm telling you guys, you really need to go check this one out. It was definitely entertaining. The face-off was extended. But look, I want to get out to some callers real quick. I want to at least go out to the UK. We got a UK caller on the line. He probably was there. I know he's going to this fight, I believe. But really quick, let me just get out to them. And before we do that, a word from our sponsors.
Fight fans, don't leave the decision in the hands of the judges. Download the Throwdown scoring app and receive live scoring, CompuBox stats, boxing predictions from other users around the world. Head over to your iPhone App Store or your Google Play Store and download it absolutely free.
Chocolate brownies or man down? Idris, talk to me.
Oh, yeah, man. Chocolate brownies all day long, man. Do you know what? I've got tickets for the fight. I've a little dilemma because there's no hotels within like bloody 50, I don't even know, man, about 30 miles away and shit. So I'm just having a little dilemma with that. But Kell Brook, I've been saying for a while, he's going to take this guy on and he's going to make him look foolish because Spence, to me, is a really good welterweight, but he's doing too much, man, jumping from Bundu to the best welterweight in the world. Come on, man. And you guys, I've got a bone to pick with you and Matt. When the other day someone phoned and said, who's your top 3 welterweights? And both of you didn't even put Kell Brook in there. Like he said, the winner out of Errol Spence and Kell Brook are third. And you put Porter third. And Kell Brook is the number 1 welterweight. Nobody beats him. I'll be ringing back for the immediate reaction after this. And I'll tell you guys this. Nobody beats him at 147. And it'll be very hard to find people to beat him at 154 as well. So, I just want to say, man, this guy, he's going to make it look easy, and it's going to be a tough fight for Errol Spence. It's going to be a tough night. He's going to make it look bad. That's what I'm trying to say. So,
and if he doesn't,
I'll ring back and I'll take my quote. I'll say, I'll see the fight, obviously.
Because you're calling him the number 1 welterweight based off 1 win.
He's
3 years ago.
I'm giving him
3 years ago.
I'm giving him the eye test and that win.
The
Yeah, but
eye
you put
test.
Sean Porter third. Oh, you put Sean Porter third as the third best welterweight, and Kell Brook what, fourth? How does that even make sense?
Well, I didn't necessarily put them in any place. I specifically said we needed to wait to see the outcome of this fight because we don't have a barometer. Kell Brook's last decent fight was 3 years ago. Get over it. Get over it. You guys talk about Sean Porter like he was fucking Mike Tyson. Get over it.
No, he was Mike Tyson.
That's what the UK wanted to make him. The UK makes anybody. The UK makes anybody Mike Tyson because that's the most synonymous boxing name in America. So you guys make it. The other day I was watching fucking Tank Davis over there in the UK and they called him Mike Tyson. Get out of here, bro.
No. You guys called him Mike Tyson. And when people look back in hindsight, that's when you start saying, no, he fought nobody. At that time, Sean Porter was being talked about exactly like Errol Spence. So my problem is, after Kell Brook deals with Errol Spence, are you lot not going to put him in a discussion for pound?
Absolutely. When he deals with Errol Spence, we'll put him in a discussion of top 10. We'll put him in a discussion of top 10 because he's beating a fucking contender. What the fuck has Earl done? What has Earl done? I'm keeping it real. I'm not one of these Americans that's saying what you're saying. Oh, it's the eye test. It's the eye. No. Earl needs to fucking prove it. He needs to show he's the truth, and that's going to happen Saturday. If he doesn't, well, then Kell shows he's special. But at the end of the day, they need each other because they neither one have a great resume without each other. Neither. He's got one win. Your boy got one decent win, and at least Earl got 1 or 2 decent wins on a lower level too, because I won't deny that the Porter win is better than anything Earl has done. But Earl, as a whole, with the bundle in the Algeria, you know, that's a little something. It's not a big deal because I mean you can dig into Kell Brook's resume and get Sinchenko or Hector Saldivia or Carson Jones if you want and make arguments, but none of that matters. You guys keep bringing up resume. The fight's Saturday. Resumes ain't gonna save nobody.
Exactly. But you know what? I'm just picking Brook in it, and then we'll see, man. You know what? I like when the fight's 50-50. It makes people. A lot of people are going to eat crow, and a lot of people won't. So let's just see, man. And I promise I'll phone in for the immediate reaction, no matter what. And if Errol Spence wins, I'll give everyone their chance to gloat on me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I'm saying I'm so firm in believing Kell Brooks will win this, and he'll make it look very good. And people need to start respecting him after as the best welterweight in the world.
Yeah, the best welterweight because he'd beat a contender if he beats Earl. I mean, it's funny, Idris. Let me get to some other callers, but it's funny that people call in and say, well, Earl hasn't done anything. He's too green. In this press conference that we're immediately reacting to, it got so hostile. Derek James got involved because they called his fighter green. So now all of a sudden I should put a fighter in the pound for pound list because he beat a green fighter? You guys need to pick and choose your words wisely because that shovel that you bear is very heavy. And every time you call a fighter green, how do you expect to get credit? If you don't say that Earl is everything that the quote unquote Americans believe he is, how is Brook going to get credit? I don't understand. He can't be green and then trump Kell Brook into pound for pound status. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. But someone, please teach me. Listen, remember, we have no producer. I woke up extra early. It's even earlier on the West Coast, so we don't have Matt. So I won't know your names and stuff like that, unfortunately. But I still will ask for you to help us out with the thumbs up because guess what? If you're team man down, hit the thumbs up. If your team Special K, hit the thumbs up. Why? Because we all love this fight, and it's a great fight for the sport. I want to believe that 5'10" is Donald, and that would be a shame because he's awake on the West and not my co-producer. Huh? What's going on, Donald?
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I was, I'm on my way to work, and I seen the notification. I said, well, let me call in, because I know most of the UK fans are going to be on here right now anyway. But I'm definitely going for Errol Spence, man down. I feel like that Errol Spence is that up-and-coming fighter who's special. But, just like you said, he has to prove it. And I agree on what you're saying. Kell Brook needs Errol Spence to continue to make his resume to look good, for him to prove that he's a good welterweight, just as well as Errol Spence has to beat Kell Brook and get that IBF title to prove that he is really the truth, that he is really man down. So this fight is very significant to both fighters, and it pretty much puts them in a position to be what they say they are, And, if Errol Spence beats Kell Brook, I definitely see Errol Spence going on to make bigger fights, because he's definitely looking for a big fight after that. He's not looking for no easy fights after that. Kell Brook, if he beats Errol Spence, I don't see him staying at 147. I think that if Kell Brook beats Errol Spence, I see him probably vacating and going up to 154. But I highly doubt that he beats Errol Spence. I just feel like Errol Spence is the real deal.
Well, thanks for calling in, Donald. I'm going to get to some other callers. What I want to ask all the upcoming callers is this. If you're so confident in Errol Spence, why was he repeating in this press conference? Well, he said he was going to stand in the middle. I hope he's staying in, because I ain't going nowhere. I'm not taking a step back. And, we've heard that in the past. We've heard fighters tell boxers, don't run. I'm just saying. It's up to the fighter to come up with plan B if a fighter decides to use his legs. It's not up to Brook to stop and engage with Earl. Earl needs to cut the ring off and find his victim, become the hunter. 816, good morning. Talk to us. We're talking immediate reaction, the Brook versus Spence final press conference. Things got a little testy out there. Did you catch it?
Yo, is this am I on?
You sure are. Who's this?
Hello? What's up, man? This Box Knowledge, man. What's going on?
I didn't catch the name. Who's this?
Oh, I'm on the phone. Yeah, Box Knowledge.
Lots of knowledge?
Boxing knowledge.
Oh, boxing knowledge. What's going on, brother? You got to get off that speakerphone, kid. Trying to get the ticket. I get you.
Yeah. All right, man. I got you. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I caught the press conference, man. I think it looked like Spence, man. That he's so focused, man. It's just like nothing's phasing him right now, man. He seemed like he's oozing with confidence. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's just ready to go in there and take care of business, man, like real quick. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see what happens, man. I think he's gonna stop it mid-round and late, man. I think it's gonna be accumulation of punishment, and I think he don't get tired, man. And Brook might gas out. Brook might get his eye re-cracked. He seems like he's all about that business, man. And Brook team, man, you get a lot of talk, doing a lot of talking, man. It seemed like you're real nervous, and I seen some nervousness over there on his side, man, because even, like, if you watch the course of the conference, you notice how everybody, got their, piece talking, and then, you had Derrick James making a valid point, talking about how, he pretty much, when you look compared to Leon Spinks fight with Muhammad Ali, he started getting cut off, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to hear it, you know what I mean? But I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. And I think it's gonna be destruction, man, by mid late rounds, man. But what's the name? Look, Spence look kind of small to Brook, man, in that face off, man. What you think about that? Spence look kind of small against Brook.
Well, Boxing Knowledge, thank you for calling in. But I will say this, man, they were yelling that out in the presser. He ain't that tall. He ain't that tall. And that's why they was like, take off your shoes, take off your hat. He ain't that tall. Take off your shoe. Yo, oh man, I wish I could have been there. It just felt so fucking electric, bro. I really wish I could have been there. But he didn't look that tall. I guess Spence had different shoes the day of the first initial press conference. I'm not sure. They definitely looked more even in the face-off. Not 100% sure, man. Listen, the number is 1-425-569-5241. This is the Boxing Voice Radio, #TBV podcast. We're talking immediate reaction to the Brook Spence final press conference. Things got hostile, little rowdy. Little testy. We're taking your calls. Remember, international callers out there in the UK. If you watch this one, you can call in. All you got to do is add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. That's NestorGibbs. We're going to get back out to the phone lines. We got 203. You're live on TBV. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Eric from Connecticut. Caller.
Eric in Connecticut. First time caller, man. I'm going to go ahead and give you this first time caller intro anyway. But before I do, let me know, how long have you been listening?
Since Mayweather made Donna 2, actually.
Sweet, man. Well, you're damn near an alumni. Let me give you this and introduce yourself to the rest of the TBV family.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut,
Eric the Truth Williams from 203.
Uh-oh. With a name like The Truth, you got to be going with Earl Spence Jr. unless you're going to pick an upset.
Well, yeah, I do want to actually go with him. I do want to make my pick because I want to go with my countryman, but I got a question just on your opinion of how do you feel about Kell Brook's orbital bone since that Triple G fight? Do you think it's going to affect him in this fight if Earl Spence lands?
Well. It's funny because my UK correspondent, Dove Joel, did an interview with Tony Bellew, the cruiserweight WBC and emeritus, also the guy that beat David Haye. And he asked that same question. And he said, look, we as fighters, we've had our face broke, our nose broke. We've been punched. We know what it's like. Brook's taking punches in sparring. If it was going to affect him, he would have known in sparring and would have pulled out. I don't necessarily believe that because of the amount of money that's on the table. But again, I mean, they know better than I do in terms of can he take the shot and is he going to be all right? I mean, in the past, if you look at guys like Margarito, his didn't look well, but his surgery didn't look well either, right? Like Brook doesn't even look like he had an injury.
I feel that. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to call tomorrow, but if I'm going to have to make a call, I'm 50-50. I'll go with Spence, and I really feel like I have to do with that injury because if that doesn't affect Kell Brook, he might be able to, to win this, but we'll see. I appreciate the call, though. I mean, I appreciate picking up, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. You said your name was, can you repeat that? Eric in Connecticut. Got you. Making sure we get you down for next time, brother. Thank you again for calling in.
Everybody subscribe.
All right, that's right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now in the future, present, past, doesn't matter. Hit that subscribe button right here at the top right. It'll give you that notification as long as you go ahead and, toggle the notification. You'll know every time we go live, like this early morning show. You could have been having your TBV and coffee. We're going to go back out to the UK to Mr. David. What's going on?
Hey, Nes.
How are you, brother? Good day over there.
Just it is, yes, nice day, and obviously very excited for the fight on Saturday. I was just wondering, I've never seen Errol Spence. I've only seen him fight really. I've never seen him, before a fight making weight. Does he look a bit drawn to you, or is he normally is this how he normally looks?
He looks fine, but I'm gonna sound biased. I'm the American, right? And this is gonna sound even worse. Yesterday, when I received the footage from my correspondent in the UK, I questioned Kell Brook. He looked thin,
I thought, well, just like his demeanor, he kind of looks a bit like lethargic and I don't know. I expect him to be a bit more. But he didn't look happy. I mean, maybe obviously, he's got his game face on. And he's getting prepared to fight. But even still, I didn't think he looked great. Or kind of like when I've seen him interviewed outside of fights, he looked a bit more. I don't know. He just looks a little off. Maybe he's still a bit jet lagged. I don't know. But
well, I mean, he did get there 2 weeks in advance, so he can't be jet lagged. He was there before the fight.
Yeah, no, but I mean, even 2 weeks sometimes. Like a lot of obviously UK fighters have gone over there and said, that they've had like 3 and 4 weeks just because sometimes 2 weeks isn't enough when you've got to make weight because the flight affects your metabolism and then you can sort of lose 3 or 4 days where you're not actually losing weight or making weight because your metabolism's messed up. So That's what I've heard other UK fighters say when they've gone to fight in America. So
all right, well, we'll see, man. Only a couple hours left now, about 48, and we will be getting this great matchup. We're going to go back out to these phone lines. Who do we got here? We got 904. You're live on TBV. Good morning. Who's this?
What up, Ness? It's T from Toronto, man.
T, been a long time. What's up, brother? Everything good?
Everything's going well. Everything's going well. So, Ness, do you want a prediction right now, or do you just want a reaction to the face-off?
Yeah, just the press conference. Predictions later on tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, guys.
All right, bet. So the reaction is great. You know what I mean? The crowd is very intense, very hostile, very in your face, very loud. And that's kind of what you want building up to a fight. You know they're going to be crazy loud. We know what the Ricky Hatton crowd brought to Vegas in the Mayweather fight and made the fight that much more exciting. Hopefully it does the same thing for this bout. I do think Errol Spence is ready, though. People say green, but a key factor in deciding on whether or not a fighter is ready for this level of competition sometimes also is the kind of work that they're getting. And he's fighting Charlos. He's been in the ring with Bruners and Mayweathers. Those are orthodox fighters at an extremely high level of boxing, equal to that of Kell Brook. Yes, they have headgear on and bigger gloves, but these guys have that kind of pedigree. It's going to be very hard, or it's always very hard, to find a southpaw that is at the elite level to spar with. And that's an issue that will be in Errol Spence's favor that Kell Brook is going to have to deal with. Have I got adequate sparring at a guy this size, this level, this kind of cunningness as a southpaw? The answer is probably no. And that's the myth of the southpaw advantage. It's not the fact that the points are coming from different angles. It's the fact that you don't get work with people at that level enough to be ready for it in the ring. But in terms of the hype and all of that, I love the UK fans for it. Can't wait to see the fight, man. I'm all in, plugged in, ready to go.
Me too, T, man. This one got me up early in the morning. Could you believe that this press conference started at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time? That's like fucking 5:30 a.m. West Coast. Who knows anywhere else in the part of the world? But T, thanks for calling in all the way in Toronto, Canada. Hey, T, don't take it personal, man. I know you follow us on Patreon and you're following Border Wars. Those Canadians I'm going to beat up on, they're not your brothers, man. I'm your brother. 415, you're live. Who's this? Four one cinco. You're live. Who's this? Just listening. Talk to me. Moving on. 832, you're up. Good morning.
Morning. It's Jay out of Houston.
Jay in Houston. Uh-oh. You got to be a Earl Spence fan.
You know it. We're going to rub Texas.
So what you think of this weigh-in? What you think of this final press conference?
I think it was cool. I think everybody they was all trying to just get Spence and Derek James irritated. But I think Spence, like a lot of us out of Houston, once you get tired of talking, it's more like you're not nervous, you're kind of irritated, and you just want to fight. Like, I can't wait to hit him in the mouth type thing. But I think Kell Brook, on the other hand, was getting more nervous as the time was going on.
Nervous, man. It's hard to say that a guy that got in there with Gennady Golovkin is nervous of a welterweight, but I will say that Earl Spence did seem like he's already tired of the talking. Like I said earlier, he did tell Adam Smith that.
I say nervous because of a welterweight, because one thing, you're more confident when you done been in the weight room, putting all that weight on your muscle. You're confident. You feel like you can whoop anybody. But when you got a woman, you can get hit at, like he's been hurt at welterweight before. Just because Gennady didn't knock him down. He's been hurt at welterweight. So he's got to be nervous because he don't have that same muscle to back up them punches and take them so well for so long.
Well, all right, brother. Thanks for calling in all the way in Houston. Earl's going to get that support. We appreciate the call. Remember, if you're watching this in the future, present, past, doesn't matter. Hit that thumbs up button right now. If you're watching this immediate reaction show, you obviously love the content. Let the rest of the world know. That's how you share the show, by hitting the thumbs up or sharing on your social media. We're going out to 661. You're live on TBV. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning. What's up, man? This is Sal, Young Mike.
Sal, what up?
What's up, brother? Yo, man, that face-off was crazy, bro. I mean, all I really got to say is that, man down, because it is going to happen. The boy looks calm, cool, and collected. I mean, it looks like Cal Brook was looking in the crowd trying to find his support because you couldn't hear shit rooting for Cal but two little lonely-ass guys. And then Spence's team shut them down real quick. I don't know, man. Just the body language, I'm just looking at it. You see Earl, he didn't take his eyes off of Cal not one time. And then he stepped to the side, crossed his hands between them. I don't know if a lot of people know what that means, but normally in the streets, when you see that, that's the next thing coming is an ass whooping. So, I don't know. That's all I got to say, man. Spence is going to win.
Definitely was exciting.
Y'all getting it next, boy.
You know, that part that you spoke of when Spence crossed his hands, that's when they were facing off and they both thought the face-off was over, but neither one wanted to disengage the locked eyes. That's how intense this was. You guys definitely need to check it out, man.
I'm going to smash Errol's face in.
Really? Are you really, Brook? You're going to smash Earl's face in, huh? Let's get out to some alumni callers. Glad that they're up early with us.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't pay showtime to see you all damn not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I want to see some motherfucker just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't love that sport, my dude? Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next, what great show. Thumbs up, donate.
Hey, yo, Mr. Gibbs.
Good morning. What's happening, people?
Happening, busy. Listen, bro, congrats to you making the show early. That's dedication. So got to congratulate you with that. Let me say real quick, people talking about Brooks moving up to 154. They crazy. That's a murderous row with the Charlotte, with Bobo. There's too many killers there. We're going to stay right on 147. They don't need to go take all the chances, go these big motherfuckers, bro. That's crazy. Another shit, Brook looked mad fucking quick. He looked really quick to me. Errol looked quick, but not just as quick, and that's going to make the difference. Plus, when all these fucking British fans start screaming on that motherfucker, we're going to see what Errol really made out of it. Everybody up there, support, donate, enjoy the fucking Patreon and all that. One love. That's my call.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
Queen Khan's getting it.
He still want that con fight. 708, you're live on TBV. Who's this? Good morning.
Nestor, John from Chicago. What's up, man?
John.
The hardest working man in boxing. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, brother. Love to hear your enthusiasm, brother. Did you catch this face-off and final press conference?
Yes, I did, man. It was intense. It's awesome, man. This is going to be a great fight. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. The only thing that worries me about the fight is the damage Golovkin did to his eye. And I think what's going to happen is we're going to end up looking at a situation like the Cotto Margarito rematch, where you get into those late rounds and that eye starts swelling up, and they're going to end up having to stop this fight because of that eye.
Well, let's see.
I think either way, Spence is going to beat him. I think Spence is just the truth. I think he's the next guy in boxing. He's the next Floyd Mayweather type. I think Spence, and on top of it, he has the humbleness and the attitude that the people will just gravitate to. I think he's just got everything. The kid's like the golden nugget in boxing right now. I think Spence is the truth, man. I think he's either way he's going to beat this guy. I'm looking at about a 9th round stoppage. I wouldn't make the prediction later on, but I'm going to be busy later on tonight, so I'm going to have to catch the show on on the replay. So everything looked great. It was intense. This is going to be a great fight. And people keep on talking. I think it was about 3 or 4 callers ago spoke about, experience levels and what Spence has been in with. Spence is an Olympian. He's been in the ring, even though it's with headgear and everything, with the Mayweathers, with the Broners. He's been in the tough gyms. This kid's been through it all. So you talk about experience. you know, take a look at what he's been in the ring with. I mean, this kid's been groomed for years for this moment. So I think it's you know, I just think it's inevitable that this is the moment for Spence.
All right, John. You know, it's funny that you bring that up right there, and it reminded me because, you know, I'm like Biggie Jay-Z, you know, no paper at all. And you're right. He's an Olympian, which also is another excellent point. Not point, but like jab, right? It was a great jab that Dominic Ingle took at both Derrick James and Earl Spence. He was like, oh, all this talk about Olympian, you got to win a medal to be an Olympian. You know, I got plenty of people that went to the Olympics, doesn't make them Olympians. Plenty of people that went to the qualifiers, that doesn't make them an Olympian. So, yeah, man, they taking some serious fucking shots at Earl. Like, they're trying to now discredit what he was able to do or not do, right? Because it's subjective. It's your opinion. If he didn't get a medal, is he considered an Olympian? I mean, I guess so. He still participated in the Olympics. I don't know, but they definitely took a shot at that. We're going to go out from Chicago. John, thanks for calling in, brother. Excellent, enthusiastic call. We're going to go out to what looks like, I don't know, 786. Is that Puerto Rico or is that Florida? I'm so lost right now. 786, you're live. Good morning.
Yeah, it's Curtis from Miami.
Miami, talk to us.
Yeah, I think I'm riding with Spence in this fight. I did look at the press conference. Spence just had that attitude like he's just not playing around. He's all about his business. And it's good to see that, you know, the crowd at the press conference was making up all that noise. He still stayed composed. And, you know, he just had his straight face on. And they talk about his shoes, 3 inches. He had some Nike Hirachis on. Come on now. Shoes is not that big. But, you know, that's my prediction. That's what I'm going with. And, you know, you don't have to medal up to be an Olympian. And that's not even I don't even know why he brought that up, because it's Carol Brook. Did he go to the Olympics? Did he get a medal? If not, then your point means nothing.
What you say your name was, brother? I want to get this down. Got no producer, so I'm trying to be a man of many.
Oh, my name is Curtis.
Curtis in Miami. Have you ever called in?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
No, this is my first time.
Oh,
this is my first time actually seeing your show, too.
Oh, damn. Come on, Curtis. This is your first time ever listening?
Yeah, it's the first time ever.
Ever. Damn. So you wouldn't know about our tradition. I'm going to give it to you anyway, right? So normally what we do when we get a first-time caller, they say they're first-time caller. I go ahead and play this introduction where they introduce themselves to the world. Listen, let me tell you something. You found the biggest boxing podcast in the world. Even though Spencer Farron likes to say toe-to-toe is bigger, he know he lying. Just Google it. But that being said, I'm going to play this soundbite. You go ahead and introduce yourself to the world. Let them know your name and where you're calling from. I'm going to record that so the next time you call and you feel special, because we will know your name.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut,
Curtis from Miami, Florida.
Miami in the house, brother. Well, you have joined a couple of other Floridians that call into the show regularly. Want to thank you again, Curtis. Great call. We're going to be doing an immediate reaction show to this fight immediately after the fight. So definitely subscribe to this channel if you want to come here and gloat if Kell Brook wins, or you want to rub it in some people's fucking chest if Earl gets the win. This is the voice of the people. 1-425-569-5241 is the number to call if you want to voice your opinion here on the Voice of the People hotline. We're going to go out to the 202. I don't got a producer, but I'm pretty sure this is the DC, and it could be Marcus. Talk to me. Marcus? It looks like he dropped off. No, 202, you're up.
Yo, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Talk to us, brother.
Yeah, it's your man from DC, man. I'm in the building, man. Yo, I just finished watching the press conference, too, man. Yeah, they were golden games. Hey, Earl Spence is chomping at the bit. He looked like he can't wait to get on that scale so he can start rehydrating. I think Kell Brook is trying to be entertaining, shooting all that. I want to make sure the chocolate brownies cooked and all that other stuff. Kell Brook know he's going to have problems. He know he's going to have problems. I think we're going to see it early in the fight because I guarantee we're going to see at some point in time Kell Brook is going to switch to southpaw to see what that does. And if Kell Brook don't take a step backwards, if he doesn't do what he did against Gennady, which got him success, which is use lateral movement, the only mistake he made against Gennady was that when he didn't want to fight, he didn't tie Gennady up. I think that's the only way Kell Brook wins this fight, but I'm still picking Spence, and I'll be on later on to do it again, man. Holla back.
All right, Marcus, thank you for calling in, brother. Always a pleasure to have you on. And get your takes. Remember, ladies and gentlemen,
join us every Thursday and Sunday live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
And if you enjoyed what you heard, don't forget, you don't only have to catch us here on YouTube. You want to be at work, you want to slide your Apple earbuds into your ear and listen to us via podcast, you could always catch us on iTunes, the #1 directory for podcasts across the world. It's in every single country. You can catch us on TuneIn app radio, on all smartphone devices, on Stitcher, and also on all smartphone devices, and ThaBoxingvoice.com, obviously. Remember, you can feel extra special, right? All you got to do is drop us a 5-star review, and we'll obviously read that out loud to the rest of the world.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Final thoughts on this very exciting, getting me out of my bed early in the morning, final press conference. I'm loving the banter back and forth between Dominic Ingle and Derek James. There's some explaining to do, and Saturday night is the night. Don't you forget that we will be doing an immediate reaction show to that fight. We will be here. And tonight we'll be back at 7 p.m. Eastern Time to throw down our predictions, previews and predictions, because Thursday's is prediction day. Sunday is crow day. Sunday is the day everybody eats the crow. But you don't want to wait till Sunday. Why? Because guess what? Yes, it's that time of the year. My birthday came around and I won't be here. So we're going to be doing as much as possible Saturday, especially since this is a midday fight. It's not like normal fights, guys, that start sometime 9 or 10 o'clock. We'll probably be getting this one around 6:15 Eastern Time, 3 o'clock West Coast, which means you got to be home early and you got to be around your smartphone devices if you want to call in and gloat on your winner. I want to thank everyone that tuned in, obviously everyone that called in, everyone that continues to support the show. I seen a few questions there on the live chat about what fights are taking place on Patreon. Well, for starters, the Dominican Nightmare is on the card this time around. I found myself a heavyweight that wanted to actually throw down with Ness. And I will tell you this. Look, it's not like I've ever sparred before. Well, now I can't say that, right? Because I did spar for the first time outside of the time where I beat up Porter. Excuse me, spar Porter. No, whatever happened with me and Porter in the ring in Gleason's. Outside of that time. So, this time was actually real with a stranger, right? Like that doesn't know me and didn't care about me. But I did well. He was 6'4", 240 pounds. And we're about the same. I'm a little thinner because I try to stay leaner. It was good, though. And video to come. I'm training with Glenn Tapia, Kendall Holt, Monty Barrett. Who else was there? Jerson Ravello was there. So I'm getting some good tips and working hard as I can. And we also got Canadian Jose is going to be taking on Enrique. And we have Matt the Hipster Hunter. He's taking on Warren the Finapilo Flash. And we got another special card. One of our listeners. Well, actually, Jose's a listener as well, right? So another one of the listeners actually may get a chance to be a part of this. I know Eric Cruz wanted to do it too. A couple of guys that continuously been reaching out. So we're going to go ahead and make those requests possible so that you guys can party with us out in Florida at Border Wars. I spoke to Kevin Cunningham. We have that gym accessible. Erickson Lubin's gym is accessible, and so is Keith Thurman's gym is accessible. But I got a pretty cool call from a good friend who's checking if we can get the 5th Street gym where Muhammad Ali trained on. So, woo! That would be the perfect place to hold the main event. Who's the main event? I don't know. I guess Casual and Jose. I mean, I would be egotistical and say it's me because I'm the hottest thing since sliced bread, but I don't want to say that. I'm going to let my fighter do the talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm sore right now because I'm taking it serious. This poor Canadian don't know what he got himself into. He let all the listeners soup him up thinking I couldn't fight. My coach already telling me I'm a natural. I'm just saying. It'll be out there. Will it be on Patreon? TJ, the sparring will be on Patreon and the fight will be on Patreon only because I'm actually having a film crew fly out with us and they're going to do all the filming of all the fights and the build-up because we'll be there for a week. It's going to be awesome. But listen, I got to get up out of here. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NesGto to stay up to date on everything The Boxing Voice. Follow us on Instagram at The Boxing Voice. You can actually catch the face-off, the really good intense moments on our Boxing Voice Instagram and a lot of other great boxing. So don't forget to tune in. Peace.